Evening. Good evening and welcome to Wednesday Night Live, Spirit, Mind, and Body Connection. I am Dr. Sharon Stroud. I am the founder of Interfaith Spiritual Center Worldwide, where we believe there's a power for good in the universe greater than we are. And guess what? We can use it. So Miss Minnie and I are here tonight, as we are at every Wednesday Night Live, Spirit, Mind, and Body Connection, to acknowledge a wonderful, wonderful topic tonight. Our theme for the month has been The Art of Being. It's a wonderful book that Dr. Dennis Merritt Jones wrote many years ago, really, and has such substance. And tonight we're going to look at power and the fact that we have the power. And we're going to talk about co-creative power as well. So as I welcome you to Wednesday Night Live, Spirit, Mind, and Body Connection, acknowledging this power, this presence, this energy, this opportunity that we have to be together with our virtual community. And when I am looking out, I really, I feel that this little camera is the eye of God, knowing that the eye in which I see God is the same eye in which God sees me. So I want to welcome each and every one of you. I'm welcoming the Reverend Prince Fleet Easton, who is our Minister of Music. I'm welcoming Brett Beasley, and I am acknowledging that we are the two or three gathered together for a higher purpose, and that holy I Am presence is here in the midst of us, and it is palpable. So as we come together tonight to acknowledge this power and this energy, we know that it goes before us and prepares the way as we become what? A light into our own path, knowing that that one goes before us and prepares the way as we follow this energy and realize that we are this energy, that what we resonate with, that energy of resonation creates an energy field, doesn't it? So tonight, as I welcome you, I want to also welcome our beautiful Rhonda Clark from wonderful Florida. And you've been so faithful. And I just want to really acknowledge you, Rhonda. She's been with me now since the beginning here at, I call it Angel Valley, because when I look out my window at the Rose of Sharon Sanctuary, there's an angel on the mountain. And if you go online and you put the angel on the Coachella Valley or the San Jacinto Mountains, you'll see the perfect engraving of an angel. I want to welcome Michael Foley, who I've known in my San Diego days when we had 3,000 people showing up every week at our service in San Diego. And then I made the decision to go independent. And when I made that decision, it was really based on my own spiritual unfoldment, because we can have mega churches and not have an experience of why we're there. We become administrators and fundraisers, and I had major television program, which I loved doing television because I knew it was reaching the multitudes. And I had a radio ministry, Passport to Life, as well. So welcome, Michael, dear. I'm so glad that you're with us tonight. As we come together in the recognition that there's a power for good in the universe greater than we are, and we can use it, and we are using it every single day of our lives. And as you know, we set the tone for every Wednesday Night Live. And I use the Tibetan symbols, and they resonate to the heart chakra. Remember, a chakra is a wheel of spinning energy in a clockwise fashion. And as we open the heart, where our treasure is, there our heart will be also. So I invite you to join with me on this. And as I make this declaration, this chant, feel free to just audibly repeat it after me. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, you can just silently make this statement, this declaration within yourself, and feel the resonation of your heart open. So we will begin. I offer you peace. I offer you friendship. I offer you love. I see your beauty. I hear your needs. I feel your feelings. My wisdom flows from a higher source. I salute that source in you. Come, let us work together. Come, let us work together. Come, let us work together. Peace. Shalom. Peace. Shante. Peace. Salam. Peace. Pause. Peace. Pax. Peace. Freedom. Peace. 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 What I know is that right now, somewhere in the world, a Jew is saying her prayers. A Hindu is chanting a mantra, and a Buddhist is kneeling at her sacred shrine. Right now, at this very moment, someone is lighting a candle in a cathedral. Someone is making their Hajj toward Mecca, for it is the will of Allah. And yet someone else is lighting a fire in a jungle, repeating an ancient mystical drama. Many, many pathways up the mountaintop, and the view is always the same from the summit. In the dawning of the spiritual sun, for a moment, all faiths became as one. The Christian, Buddhist, Muslim, Jew became as one and somehow knew that mystic voice that calls to me, oh, yonder, yonder person, I am thee. We are one. This oneness moves beyond color, race, creed, sexual orientation, and political affiliation. This oneness operates and permeates throughout the whole planet. Blessed are they who have eyes that see, who have ears that hear. So tonight, as we come together and acknowledge, and so it is, that we have set the tone, the ground of being is our spiritual life. We seek first the kingdom of God. And all good things are added unto us. Mentally and emotionally, let us declare tonight, I am in perfect peace. My mind is stayed on thee. My mind is stayed on what is life-giving and life-affirming. I build on that. Physically, let's align that our body temple, yes, that this body is the temple of the living God, of which and through whom which we do such a good work, that our God is bigger than any diagnosis, and that wherever pain seems to be operating anywhere on the planet, the presence of God is. Whatever you conceive your God to be, whatever name you put on your higher power, it matters not, but to acknowledge that which is within us is greater than that which resides in the world of conditions, in the world of appearances, and in the world of effects. Those are just the outer realities. So we bless this body temple. We bless our vitality. We know that the breath of the Almighty hath given us life, and that we are in the world and of a higher spiritual vibratory frequency. Relationally, you are as close to God as I am ever going to get. And I am as close to God as you are ever going to get. And if I am in that place in me and you are in that place in you, there is only one of us. Let us forever embrace the one great artist who painted my portrait on the soft canvas of your eyes. We are one. Financially, we know that God is our source, that we bless every avenue and channel in which our good flows. We align and declare, I am happy, healthy, prosperous, and free. This is the truth for me and with me. Just say it with me or silently to yourself. I am happy, healthy, prosperous, and free. And as we look at power tonight, and that we have the power, that we were created in the image and likeness of something so good and profound. And it matters not what name we put on it. It does not matter. But to acknowledge that we are co-creators with this one power. God source energy. And when we allow our humanness to give way to the divine, as we allow this ego, this part of us that judges outside itself, that criticizes outside itself, that looks outside itself, as we release that ego energy, what happens? The divinity within us arises triumphant and victorious. When Jesus, who became the Christ, said, "Be of good cheer, for I have overcome the world," what he was saying is, I have overcome this outer stuff. I'm no longer giving my power away. Be of good cheer. I and my Father, Mother God are one. And in this oneness, when we align with divinity and we recognize that we are co-creators, that we have the power because we are co-creators with the one power, God source energy, right? God source energy. And power is such an amazing thing. And it's fascinating because all of our great masters and teachers and gurus and sages of the ages did not go around exercising their power. There was a sense of humility, realizing that we are connected with a higher power. And that realization is so profound. The revelation of truth makes itself known to us, that there is nothing to prove anymore. Isn't that a wonderful, freeing feeling? There is nothing to prove, that we came in through the grace of God, perfect, complete, and whole. And that as our humanness gives way to the divine, that Christ consciousness arises triumphant and victorious. Buddha said it, didn't he? Humanity is the result of all that they have thought. He spoke of the heart of compassion. He spoke of the wonderful, the four-way path, and that the Eight Noble Truths. And that as we align ourselves with these universal laws, everything unfolds in a miraculous way, in peace. And I really feel that if we are spiritual beings, that we are called to be compassionate with the intolerant. That is a spiritual calling. And I've had a lot of practice with that throughout the 46 years of my ministry. And the recognition that not everyone is going to relate to us. Some are going to judge us. Some are going to, call us names or whatever. The truth is that when we align that I am, and using the sacred I am, and remember, anything we put after I am becomes our reality. We create our reality on what we choose to put after I am. And when we align that I am unfolding on the spiritual path, that I am that perfection and that energy, that as my humanness gives way, as my ego gives way, as my judgments give way, then there's a beautiful opening for spirit to flow through. That's power. True spiritual power is realizing our connection with divine mind, whatever we choose to call our higher power, that we are eternally connected. Fear knocked at the door. Love answered. Behold, no one was there. That love is the strongest power in the universe, and that it penetrates everything unlike itself. And when we can act from love, in that space of love, guess what? That is a powerful place to be, isn't it? That we don't have to react. Remember in the Wizard of Oz, when the Wicked Witch comes down to Munchkin Land, and there's the good witch Glenda, and she's threatening, and she's fear-based, and all the little munchkins are running under the flowers. And what does the good witch Glenda of the North have to say? Be gone with you, wicked witch. You have no power in this land. In other words, there was so much light in this land that evil had no power in that land. And finally, when Dorothy went through all of her initiations, finding the wizard, having her little dog Toto pull the curtain and realize that the wizard, when she said, "You are a very bad man," he said, "Oh, no, my dear, I'm not a very bad man. I'm a very bad wizard," trying to be something he wasn't, and thinking that power was force and being forceful and fear-based and putting the fear into all of his subjects. But what happened? A little dog pulls the curtain, and it's curtains. And the wizard got to come out and be who he was, his authentic self, right? His authentic self. So after everything, all of the initiations that Dorothy went through, and Glenda, the good witch, said, all you have to do is click your heels in your ruby red slippers and say, "There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home." In other words, her highest thought. And she said, "Dorothy, you had the power all along. You just didn't know it." So the revelation of truth is realizing we have the power, that we click, the feet, remember, represent understanding. And with all our getting, the psalmist states, get understanding. For there is a spirit within humanity, and the breath of the Almighty hath given them life and understanding. Through this sacred understanding, we connect with our oneness, that we compassionate with the intolerant. The Bible states, bless those that curse you, and say all manner of evil against you for my name's sake. In other words, if you're about something higher, then we're not going to judge outside ourselves. Do we react at times? Yes, that's the human condition. I have a friend, she said, sometimes I just shoot from the hip and I clean it up later. And it's the cleaning up later that recreates karma. Because if you throw something up in the air, what happens? It comes right back down, doesn't it? So we want to be so conscious when we say, I am happy, healthy, prosperous, and free. And that if we find ourselves in lack, limitation, and scarcity, yes, this is a really interesting place to be. And we've all been there, haven't we? Every one of us. But what works for me is I go within and I acknowledge God is my source. God is my source. And I go into my own affirmations. I go into the 23rd Psalm. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. And remember that the ego serves the soul. And when the ego, part of us, becomes in alignment with the soul, this is true power, to be in the world and of a higher spiritual vibratory frequency. And when we're of that higher spiritual vibratory frequency, there's no reacting. There's responding to situations in an appropriate way, isn't it? And when we respond to situations, we open the space to receive our gifts, pressed down, shaken together, and flowing over into every single area of our life. I read a friend on Facebook, and she received a wonderful award. And she said, I didn't feel deserving, and yet I know that it's going to motivate me to do better than I've ever done before. And I did respond, because I feel that that false sense of humility, when we don't feel deserving, and that old conditioning that be humble, well, the humility is in receiving the award graciously. And when I receive a gift that's given to me graciously, it empowers me and the giver, because the giver and the receiver are one. The same opening we give through is the same opening we receive through. This is universal law. And we create larger and larger openings by our compassionate heart, by our generous spirit, And remember, if we are experiencing lack, limitation, and scarcity in any area of our lives, that there is always something we can give. And I don't care if it's 5 cents to someone who is asking us for money of, that's what we've got. Remember when the widow gave 2, copper coins, and they called it the widow's mite in the Bible. And Jesus said that this was the most powerful gift of all because it was all she had. So the amount doesn't matter. Remember, God doesn't know the difference between $1 million and a penny. God just is. We put this accounting process, we put the value on what things are. But as far as universal terms, everything just is. And so we have our creature comforts, good, wonderful. We have that sense of going to sacred sites and experiencing the spirit of place and feeling the energy. But the truth is, you take that energy with us. We charge our own energy within us. And as when I was at Stonehenge, my daughter was 4 months along with my grandson. So I had her face the stones, these ancient, over 5,000-year-old stones. And I did a blessing on her tummy and acknowledging the beauty and the truth of this being that was there, just 4 months in gestation, but forming a life and a consciousness. That, remember, everything is consciousness, everything. So how do we want to hold ourselves and our planet? And that, remember, that which we bless, what does it do? It increases. And that which we curse increases. We have a choice. And choose thee this day who you will serve. And so as we serve spirit and we connect ourselves as co-creative beings, and that everything is creative. Remember, that which we utter, this power center, the throat chakra, that which we utter becomes the outer. So I stand porter at the gate of my conscious mind. I keep my conversations in heaven, right? Do we experience disappointment? Of course we do. Part of the human condition. However, once we allow it to pass through us, there is no judgment. There's no looking outside of ourselves. And believe me, I have had students throughout my 46 years of the ministry, and I've had those that have, wanting to be ministers. And I guess I make the ministry look glamorous or something, but they have no idea what goes on behind the scenes. And once they get a taste of that, there's like a new level of respect of keeping their ordination vows, which for me, are the most sacred vows that can be taken. And I want to acknowledge the Reverend Prince Fleet Easton, who is with us tonight, who took his ordination vows on November 22nd and has just grown into this amazing minister and being of light. I've just seen it in just 5 months. And of course, being a spiritual leader, then, we have the opportunity to evaluate, but I allow everyone to evaluate themselves. And as they evaluate themselves, and to recognize that when we receive acknowledgement, to accept it gracefully. And when we receive the opportunity of positive suggestions of how to do our work at a deeper level, we receive that as well. And I do not believe in constructive criticism. I think it's a lower vibratory frequency. I do believe in positive suggestions that allow us to reach into, for me and my own ministry, and at the level that I can serve, and to know also my own healthy boundaries, because we can give ourselves away as well. And so discover healthy boundaries and the power of knowing our willingness. And when we have that willingness, it's amazing what opens up for us. So tonight, I want to acknowledge each and every one of you as powerful beyond your wildest dreams. And I think the worst place we can be in consciousness is to feel powerlessness. And the powerlessness is what the ego does, doesn't it? because the ego is always striving to be more and to be recognized. But that spiritual part of us just is in the world to love and to express and to be all that it can be, to empower others. Your success makes mine possible. My success makes yours possible. And if I am in that place in me and you are in that place in you, there truly is only one of us. You had the power all along. We don't even need to click our heels together, right? To know that what we focus on, we manifest. And through the power of manifestation, it all unfolds. It unfolds in miraculous ways. So I do want to acknowledge you and your wonderful comments tonight. And when I get on a roll, it's really interesting how that works. So I want to acknowledge Marlene. Thank you for being with us. Kelly, hello, and thank you for being with us. These are the comments that I can see right now. And if you have any prayer requests, just post them, because our miracle working ministry of prayer, we have, several hearts from Brett Beasley. And so thank you. And we send you our hearts as well. And as you post your prayers, just know that our miracle working ministry of prayer will pray over them for 30 days. And actually, we know that through science, that any major change that has taken place is after 21 days. It's like the 21-day self-image change when someone's had something, maybe plastic surgery and a scar removed, or a baby chick is hatched in 21 days. It's a powerful, powerful place to be. So please share with us where you're from. We always love to know that. And any prayer requests you have, or any questions that you may have. And you know that our way of life is Science of Mind. And the Science of Mind textbook was written by Dr. Ernest Holmes, and it is available on Amazon. You can reach it on Amazon. And I have a whole Kindle library, and I gave away 4,000 books when I moved up here to my Angel Valley. And I still have quite a library left. And there's nothing like a book, and to feel the energy of that book and how the words just seem to stand up on the page. There's nothing like that. But in travel and for convenience, of course, the Kindle library, it's wonderful. So I complete every spirit, mind, and body connection with a spiritual treatment. So if you have something going on with you, I want you to identify in mind with me, or you may post it in our comments. So what we know is that there is one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect, and that life is our life right here and right now. It is nearer than our breathing. It is closer than hands and feet. It is the life of our life. It is the essence of our being. All that we are is this God-created stuff. God in you, God as you. God is the only truth of you. For eye hath not seen nor ear heard, neither hath entered in the heart of man and woman the things which God hath prepared for them that love. Love being the strongest power in the universe. And let us declare tonight, that which needs to be healed is healed. That which needs to be revealed is revealed. That which needs to be known is known. And that which needs to be released is released. Quickly, gently, and with grace. And I do want to add, if there's anyone viewing here tonight that possibly cried themselves asleep last night, know that this word is for you. The love of God surrounds you. The light of God enfolds you. The power of God protects you, and the presence of God watches over you. That wherever you are, God is. This is the truth for you and with you. Thank you, Father, Mother God, for this way of life, that all cause, effect, record, and memory of that which no longer serves returns to its native nothingness from whence it came. Because in truth, it is neither person, place, nor thing, only the life and the energy that we have given unto it. So as I release this word, knowing that any plant which the Heavenly Father hath not planted is rooted up and returned from whence it came. And as I let go and let God do what God does best by means of me, I know intuitively that God always gets the job done. And so it is. Amen. And I say to you, Namaste. The God in me celebrates the God in you, and the God in you celebrates the God in me. And if I'm in that place in me and you are in that place in you, there is only one of us. Namaste. I say, Shalom, the peace that passes all understanding. And God bless us, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening and being a part of our beautiful virtual community. My heart always overflows with gratitude at that. And I also, I'm learning so much on this whole technology thing, but I want to really acknowledge you too, Rhonda. She says, my gratitude, Dr. Sharon, for your inspirational message tonight. Love and God blessings be with you. And Rhonda, dear, love and God's blessings be with you. We're so grateful to have you with us here tonight, and all of you that tuned in and that are part of our virtual community, and that are tithing, and you're giving your gifts so that our doors remain open. And your financial gifts make a difference. And I want to acknowledge the Reverend Dr. Roger Bambanek, and he is our host at Wednesday Night Live. And we have a PayPal account. We have a P.O. box that you can use your mail to mail it in your gift. And we also have a credit card facility. And we have a phone number that Dr. Roger always posts on our Wednesday Night Live, Spirit, Mind, and Body. We are going out to actually 6 pages, including YouTube, simultaneously. And this is the beauty of StreamYard. It allows us to go out on actually 7 sites if we wanted to put our message out in that way. So I'm very, very grateful to Debbie Garcia, who is the founder of Spirituality Gone Wild, who hosts Interfaith Spiritual Center every Wednesday Night Live and every Sunday. We just love you and are so grateful for you and all of you. So I say thank you. Little Miss Minnie and I, we will be back next week, and we are absolutely so grateful for you. And I want you to know I love you, and I know who you are, and I feel your love as well. And so it is. So we are signing off, and we will be back next week.